Welcome to the 12th Desert Peaks Awards evening. My name is Dennis Smith. I'm the Executive Director of the Maricopa Association of Governments. We're pleased to have so many of you here tonight to honor regional excellence. MEG is a regional organization committed to making this region a great place to live. This can only happen through the united efforts of our 35 member agencies and our dedicated staff, and the dedicated staff of the cities, towns, counties, and the Native American communities. So let's just go back in history a little bit. I've been at MEG since 1976. Much has changed during that time, but what has not changed is the cooperation of the MEG member agencies in making this region a great place to live. Now, to understand how much change has happened, I would like to take you back to 1976. My boss was Jack Tobolsky. Jack said, "Dennis, you need to go out to Goodyear. You need to go out to Goodyear, and you need to go out there and visit the manager, Ernie Kleinschmidt." So being a dutiful staff member, I went out to Goodyear, got introduced to Ernie. Ernie put me in a car, did the obligatory tour of Goodyear, and then he went out, stopped the car. It was in a field. And he pointed out there and he said, "You know, Dennis, someday I-10's going to come right through here." So we didn't even have I-10 back in 1976. So now let's fast forward to 1984. Roger Manning was a staff member at MAG, and Roger calculated up the 15% funds, which was our share of the gas tax for controlled access highways. Roger did the calculation. He said, "We will never be able to build the outer loop," which is now known as the 101. So how things changed after that. 1985, local elected officials working with the business community spearheaded Proposition 300. So what happened because of that? 181 miles of centerline freeway. So this is the envy, this freeway system is the envy of other metro areas in the United States, and recently we were cited as the best driving experience in the world. So that's a credit to all of this regional cooperation. So now in April, MEG will be celebrating 50 years of making a difference in this region. We are using tonight's ceremony to launch our upcoming Golden Anniversary celebration. On April 12th, 2017, we will celebrate the 50th anniversary. Tonight we launch a year of celebration by revealing our new 50th anniversary logo. So drum roll out there. So just one small note, April 12th, that means MEG is first in the zodiac, just like all of us Aries. It's a special place. So a final housekeeping item. For our award winners and anyone else who would like a photo to remember this evening, please note that we have a setup photographer location in the hall. Once you've received your award, you can go out there and make sure you get a great photograph of your accomplishment. So now I would like to introduce the chair of MEG, Mayor Lane from Scottsdale, who's going to be the moderator of this event, and I just wanted to say in front of all of you what a great job he has done here for the Maricopa Association of Governments. Mayor Lane.
Well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate the opportunity to help celebrate the many innovative efforts our region has accomplished. The programs and projections that we have here about tonight are a direct result of the people, governments, and the businesses working together to make great results happen. It's been a wonderful year all the way around, and it has really been a delight to work with all of you, and certainly with Dennis and his entire crew. I'm glad to help to recognize the many people and projects that demonstrate what a regional partnership is all about. We are fortunate to have many elected officials and other special guests with us, and I want to begin recognition of Congressman Ed Pastor is here with his wife, Irma. Can you both stand if you're here and can? Congressman Pastor was one of our prestigious judges for the Desert Peaks Awards. He has also presented the Lifetime Achievement Award at this event in 2014. Thank you, Representative Pastor, for joining us. Now it's my pleasure to recognize some of our past officers who are here tonight, and if you would please stand to be recognized as I call your name. We have Wendy Feldman Kerr, former MAG chair and former mayor of the Queen Creek. Mayor LaVault, former MAG chair and current mayor of Youngtown. Thomas Schoaf, former MAG chair and current mayor of Litchfield Park. Elaine Shrugs, former MAG chair and former mayor of Glendale. Elaine, great to have you here. Scott Smith, former MAG chair and former mayor of Mesa. J. Tip Sharini, former MAG treasurer and current mayor of Chandler. Welcome to you all. Next, we want to recognize all of the current regional council members who are here tonight. We will do this as a group. Will all the members of the MAG Regional Council please rise? Thank you for your service. We also would like to recognize and other elected officials who are here tonight who are state legislators, county elected officials, city council members, tribal council members. Would you all please rise? Finally, we want to acknowledge members who are here who serve on the MAG Management Committee. We rely on these members to assist us in many of the policy-making decisions at MAG. Several of them are joining us tonight. Could members of the Management Committee please also rise? Our thanks to all of you for all of your dedicated work to this region. For those who stood here tonight have learned, MAG is an organization that matters every day. In many ways, to the residents of the region, we have a short video prepared with the help of the Executive Committee to help tell the story of why MAG matters. MAG matters because it is a leader in the transportation and other regional issues that we all tackle together. And so that coordination and that collaboration between all of the cities and the governmental entities within our region is imperative, so that we don't duplicate, so that we really have a continuity of approach on a variety of things. Obviously, transportation is a big one.
I think MAG matters a lot, particularly in the area of helping people in need. Let me give you an example. Domestic violence. MAG is one of the best in the country in terms of creating a coordinating table, bring cities like Phoenix and all the cities together, challenge each other to do best practices to better support victims of domestic violence and better hold abusers accountable. They've made a real difference in the lives of people in need as a result of that.
MAG matters when it provides services to member agencies, such as working with West Valley to conduct the visioning process known as West Valley Vision. We are partnering with Westmark and the cities and towns west of I-17. Using its deep resources, MAG is helping us show that we have the workforce we need right here in the West Valley to attract businesses. We like this and this great partnership with MAG because our citizens can work, live, and play in the West Valley.
MAG matters to our city because for the last 5 years since I've been mayor, we have had the opportunity to become involved in the planning and MAG system. It has worked beautifully for us. We have an entire new transportation program going on. Yes, our streets are all torn up, but when it's finished, it will be fantastic. And we're very pleased with the support and help MAG has been able to give us.
MAG matters to Queen Creek because we're a small, young, thriving community, and because of the association we have with MAG and the other cities and towns. It gives us a voice at the table and helps us plan for our future and for our residents.
Well, MAG matters in its efforts to better connect older adults to people of all ages to their communities. Tempe was one of the first pilot sites for MAG's age-friendly network, and we also provide additional services and resources to older adults to help them stay in their community for as long as possible. You know, for me, it's personal. My mom is suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's, and anything that we can do to help those suffering in our community, and especially the caregivers, really is worth the time and the effort.
MAG is the only place that I'm aware of where all of the municipalities in the valley sit at a common table with Pinal, Maricopa counties, the 3 Indian communities, and ADOT to do the best job of planning that we can for things like transportation. MAG is recognized across the country as being a leader in the field of MPOs. We are looked at as being very innovative and very effective at what we do. And frankly, my hat's off to MAG staff. They always do a terrific job. They're very, very efficient.
Thank you. Next, we want to thank our many sponsors who gave so generously to help defray the cost of this awards evening. This year, we saw the highest level of sponsorship in program history, and we are very grateful all who have all contributed. Will the representatives from the following agencies please rise as I call your organization? And knowing that some of you have several members here in representation, please feel free to have them all stand to be recognized. First, I'd like to acknowledge our gold sponsor, Arizona State University. Let's give the gold sponsor a round of applause. Our silver sponsor, MJ Insurance, Inc., and Parsons. We had a number of bronze sponsors, so we will hold our applause until all are standing, please. So those bronze sponsors include Alliance Bank of Arizona, Burgess and Nepal, Dickerson and Wright, HDR Engineering, Kimley Horn and Associates, Salt River Project, Terra Systems Southwest, Tri-Advocates, Wells Fargo Bank, and Wilson and Company. Let's have a nice round of applause for all of our bronze sponsors. Thank you to all the sponsors for their generous donations. Now we'd like to recognize our judging panel, who had the tough task of sorting through the many excellent nominations received in selecting the Desert Peaks Award recipients. The effort and dedication of our panelists was outstanding. Their knowledge of regional issues was especially valuable in choosing tonight's recipients. We have 2 judges in attendance tonight. As we noted earlier, Congressman Ed Pastor was among our dedicated panelists. Representative Pastor has been a driving force in Arizona for over 23 years. He began his career working on civil rights issues with Governor Raul Castro. He served 3 terms as a Maricopa County supervisor before being elected to Congress. And despite his retirement, Congressman Pastor continues to work on issues that affect our state. Thank you, Congressman. We're also pleased to have with us tonight Shannon Sukari. After serving for more than 20 years as a policy advisor, lobbyist, and attorney, and transportation development professional, Ms. Sukari launched her own consulting firm 5 years ago. She is president of Sutari and Company. Thank you, Shannon. Although other judges couldn't join us tonight, we want to take a moment just also to recognize their participation. We begin with former Gilbertown manager Ken Cooper, who also served as a chair of the MAG Management Committee from 1990 to 1992. And next we want to thank Dr. Krista Sandvik. Dr. Sandvik has served as superintendent of the Buckeye Elementary School District for the past 3 years. Let's thank them all. So now let's move on to the reason we're here. Recognize regional excellence. We received many outstanding entries across all categories this year. I encourage you to read the descriptions in a program for the other great efforts taking place in our region. But tonight we're here to honor those projects and individuals judged to be the best representative of the highest standards of excellence. Each recipient will be honored with a unique symbol, the 3 peaks on each award presented: regional cooperation, vision, and commitment. We're going to try things a little bit better, a little bit differently. We hope it's better this year. And I ask that you listen here. We will still have a single project representative making remarks on behalf of the group, but we will call all the partners to the stage first. We will have them line up at the bottom of the stage in order to, once the presenter has read all of the names, you will come on stage, receive your award, and remain on stage. The presenter will then introduce the person identified to make the remarks on behalf of the group. While we'll take some candid shots on the way up, and while you're here, please don't forget to go to the photograph location in the hall for the formal photograph. Our first award is for public partnership. To help me present this award, Buckeye Mayor Jackie Meck. Mayor Meck is currently the treasurer of MAG, and tonight was elected the new vice chair. So welcome aboard on that capacity too. Welcome, Mayor Meck.
Thank you very much. Good evening. This is not in my script, but Ed Pastor, thank you for all of the years of service that you've given to this state. Thank you very much. The Public Partnership Award recognizes the group or the project that has demonstrated a commitment to regionalism through the public sector or public nonprofit partnership. The judges selected Smart Justice, a Maricopa County initiative, as the recipient of the Public Partnership Award. Let's roll the tape.
Maricopa County spends more than half of its $2.2 billion budget on public safety and criminal justice. The goal of Smart Justice in Maricopa County is to improve public safety by targeting limited resources toward the most important criminal justice priorities. These include reducing crime and preventing offenders from returning to the system. The program provides targeted treatment and intervention for those who are at moderate to high risk of committing new offenses. Lower risk individuals are managed in a way that minimizes contact with the justice system, instead focusing on employment, school, and family connections. The program brings together multiple county agencies, the courts, and Mercy Integrated Care, a joint effort to improve long-term public safety while controlling costs.
We'd like to call the following partners in this project to line up at the foot of the stage. Let's hold our applaud until I announce all of the partners. Maricopa County Adult Probation Department, Maricopa County Attorney's Office, Maricopa County Correctional Health Services, Maricopa County Human Services Department, Maricopa County Judicial Branch of Arizona, Maricopa County Justice Courts, Mercy Maricopa Integrated Group, Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Office of the Assistant County Manager, and JSPI. Can we have a round of applause? Now I'd like to present the awards as you come forward, and we will hand out one at a time, if we may. I would like to invite Mr. Brian Lee of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to make remarks on behalf of the Smart Justice Public Partnership.
Thank you. Good evening. On behalf of all partner agencies of the Maricopa County Smart Justice Council, it is my pleasure to accept this award here tonight. I would like to recognize the efforts of the Maricopa County Adult Probations Department, Correctional Health Services, the Sheriff's Office, the County Attorney's Office, the Public Defender's Office, the Superior Court, the Justice Courts, County Manager's Office, Human Services, Justice Systems Planning and Information, Office of the Public Defender, and also the Regional Behavioral Health Authority. Thank you for all of your hard work and collaboration that ultimately contributes to increased public safety in Maricopa County communities. I am proud to have the opportunity to speak to you tonight about the hard work of this group. Overall, Smart Justice focuses on targeting limited resources towards the most important criminal justice priorities, such as long-term public safety, reducing recidivism in our county jails, preventing crime and victimization, and adherence to evidence-based policies and practices. The achievement of this goal is accomplished through increased communication and collaboration between these groups. A critical role of the Smart Justice Council has been to foster collaboration and improve communication between the various justice system agencies and organizations. Additionally, the focus of Smart Justice has led to the increased understanding of our jail population, offender services, and what works in Maricopa County. The data, programming, and collaborations have informed decision-making to result in successful implementation of targeted, focused interventions and programming consistent with the needs to be served. The next step is the continued expansion of the framework to enhance collaboration among justice system agencies and community-based partners. Through the work of this group, we are beginning to see how various agencies with different missions can work together to create positive outcomes for justice-involved individuals, ultimately preparing them to be better prepared to re-enter our communities, creating better public safety for all. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors and the Maricopa County McJustice Council for their support in these efforts. Thank you.
Congratulations to all those recipients. Our next award is the Public-Private Partnership Award. Here to help to present this award is Mayor Lana Moak of the City of El Mirage. So let's welcome Mayor Lana Moak. Oh, it's right here.
Good evening. This award category recognizes the group or project that has demonstrated a commitment to regionalism through a public-private partnership. The judges chose to honor 2 projects for the Public-Private Partnership Award. The first recipient is Buckeye's Community Paramedic Pilot Program. Let's take a look.
Making sure patients have resources to stay on the path to good health. That's the goal of the Community Paramedicine Program in Buckeye. The Buckeye Fire Medical Rescue Department partnered with Banner Estrella Medical Center for the 12-month pilot program. They believe the program can reduce hospital readmission rates for patients by ensuring they continue to follow healthcare procedures after they are discharged. Patients who participate receive home visits focused on the safety of their environment. Paramedics make sure the patients understand their discharge instructions, that they know how to take their new medications, and that the patient has the ability to get refills. The paramedics also emphasize the importance of follow-up visits with primary care physicians. As a result of the program, 30-day readmission rates have dropped from about 18% to just 3.8%.
At this time, we'd like to call to the stage Buckeye Mayor Jackie Mack to accept the award for Buckeye, Fire Chief Bob Costello, who will provide remarks on behalf of the partnership, and Dr. Todd Cleaver, the representative for Banner Estrella Medical Center. Chief Costello.
Thank you. Thank you, and it certainly is a great honor to be here. It's nice to be recognized for doing something nice for your community. About 4 years ago, we entered a partnership with our medical director, Dr. Todd Cleaver, and Banner Estrella Hospital, who's our medical direction, our base station. That partnership was, for the first probably 2.5, almost 3 years, a true challenge and a true test of our willingness to partner. I think we went through 3 or 4 CEOs of the hospital, multiple other members, a lot of people that had C's in their names, and or their titles actually, to see whether or not we could actually get this thing to fly. A little over a year ago, we launched it. Through the pilot program, we've touched 240 residents in the Southwest Valley. How important is this? In our community, it wasn't that many years ago, we were a community of about 5,000 people. Today we're 60-some thousand. So there's a bunch of those folks that came from somewhere else. And unfortunately, they left their support systems where they came from. And whether that be their family, whether that be church members, people they worked with, whatever it was, those people are no longer there. And so we recognized a real gap in our community as far as taking care of these people. So our goal was to set out and see if we could help them once they were discharged from the hospital, make that transition easier, make it more successful, and at the same time see if we could reduce readmission rates, which are, if you understand healthcare processes today, one of the most expensive things that happen in the process. It's a tremendous amount of money spent on a few readmissions throughout the year. Readmissions in our area were running almost 20%, 18, 19% on average. At the end of the first year, we're about 4.6, 4.5% on average. So we've made a tremendous jump in that. We've touched a lot of people. And at first I was going to say a lot of other remarks, but I want to tell you about a couple of them. We had a lady that we met, I would say within about the first 2 weeks of the program. Super sweet, got discharged from the hospital, we went to meet her. When we got to her house, we couldn't go inside because it was too hot. Program started the end of May, first part of June. There was cigarette smoke down to about here. The firefighter said they wanted to crawl on the floor the way they were trained. For the first several weeks, we ended up dealing with her outside because the inside of her apartment was unbearable. One of the things we looked at is her refrigerator to see whether or not her nutritional requirements could be met. I don't know what yours did in college. Mine had a bunch of beer and a thing of mustard. That's kind of what hers looked like. And so we set out to see if we could improve her life a little bit. And a lot of this is social service. And so throughout the next several months, we were able to get her utility help. We got her a primary care physician. We made sure she could get her prescriptions filled. She became compliant on her medication. She became compliant on her follow-up visits. She has not been back in the hospital in over a year. Today she calls us and tells us that she's broiling fish and steaming vegetables. The refrigerator looks a lot like mine should look now. And she's had a dramatic lifestyle change. We had another gentleman, and this will be my last little story, but this one touched me. He's a World War II veteran. And very proud individual, had a wonderful support system, but we saw him after he got out of the hospital. And as he went on, he was really struggling. He was in very, very poor health. But what we found is that the paramedics visiting him were a high point of his day. And so at the end, he was referred to the hospice program. The family contacted us and said, please stay with us for two reasons. One is he looks forward so much to your visit. That's the high point of his week. And two, you're supporting us so much, we couldn't make it without you. We didn't change what the paramedics do. We didn't change their scope of practice. We changed the role. Paramedics have been great in pre-hospital care. I think we all know that. They do a wonderful job in the emergency environment. Well, now we're putting them in the post-hospital world, and they're doing a tremendous job there. They're very caring, compassionate people by nature, and they do a wonderful job. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Mayor Meck, the members of the council, for giving me the freedom to try something like this in our community. My managers, certainly my management assistant, Brandon, who has taken the lion's share of this, and the staff of all the paramedics that volunteered to do this. Dr. Todd Cleaver, this was truly a partnership. We couldn't have done it without you, and I appreciate everything you've done. Thank you and have a good evening.
Our second Public-Private Partnership Award goes to a similar successful project, the Scottsdale Fire Department Mobile Integrated Healthcare Program. Let's see that video.
Finding the best outcomes for both patients and providers is the goal of the Scottsdale Fire Department Mobile Integrated Healthcare Program. The City of Scottsdale partnered with Honor Health to launch the 18-month Community Paramedicine Pilot. The program focuses on alternatives to emergency and 911 care. It targets patients who frequently utilize 911 emergency services or who are at high risk of readmission to a hospital. It also targets those who are chronically ill, who suffer from acute behavioral health crises, or who would benefit from post-discharge care, monitoring, or education. A nurse practitioner and a paramedic make home visits to patients and develop a care management plan. The goal is to improve the quality of care by decreasing unnecessary ambulance and emergency room costs and focusing on providing the right services in the right setting.
Accepting the award for this project is Fire Chief Tom Shannon for the City of Scottsdale. And we would also like to call forward the representative from Honor Health, Dr. Franco Castro Marin. Chief Shannon? Okay, great, thank you.
On behalf of my tireless and deeply committed MIHP team, nurse practitioner Ashley Bevier and Captain Paramedic Steve Richter, our executive sponsors at Honor Health, in particular Pam Foster and Dr. Richard Silver, as well as our esteemed Fire Chief Tom Shannon, as well as the entire Scottsdale Fire Department family and City Council of Scottsdale. I'd like to extend a very heartfelt thank you for this recognition. Honor Health is very committed to improving the health of our community. Proactive outreach to those in need is part of our mission. Our partnership with the Scottsdale Fire Department allows each organization to leverage competencies in ways that would otherwise not be possible on our own. Honor Health knows that it will need to partner with many community resources in order to deliver meaningful population health solutions. The City of Scottsdale is a trusted partner, and together we've learned a great deal about the needs of our community. Thank you, and we very much look forward to our ongoing collaboration.
What incredible teamwork on both of these efforts. Let's have a final round of applause for these public-private partnerships.
Our next award is for professional service. Here to help present this award is Queen Creek Mayor Gail Barney. Please welcome Mayor Barney.
The Professional Service Award is presented to the individual staff member from any organization who has significantly contributed to regionalism through sustained or outstanding professional efforts, such as involvement with a MAG committee, efforts, or a program. This year, the award goes to former Maricopa County Manager Tom Manis, who retired in May. Here is a brief summary of his accomplishments.
Retiring Maricopa County Manager Tom Manis has long understood the importance of regional collaboration, employing it as a tactic to take on the problems facing Maricopa County. He has been a champion for ending homelessness, working to help the county's nonprofit partners continue their missions. Mr. Manis was a key driver on efforts to bring down the costs of running county jails, employing smart justice solutions to reduce recidivism and increase efficiency. He has been a strong advocate for the county's 11 parks. He helped negotiate with cities in the state to continue the Maricopa Trail Project, an effort to connect the county through a single trail. Mr. Manis also supported the effort for all county-owned properties to become 100% tobacco-free. As one county supervisor put it, He's a man of quiet service and service above self. He has worked tirelessly and has raised the bar for customer service provided by the county.
Would you please welcome Mr. Manos, please.
Thank you, Gail, and thank all of you for being here tonight. It was appropriate that Gail give me this award because I remember the first time I met him, I told him that it was a pleasure to work with his nephew, Denny Barney. And then I found out that Denny was not the nephew, but actually the cousin. So when you've been county manager for about 30 years and then you announce your retirement, there's kind of it's almost a farewell tour that you embark on. And I think the county folks would tell you that I've tried to keep that to a minimum. But I think it's most appropriate that my last stop on that tour is here at this award ceremony tonight. Because what I've come to understand is that the most complex problems that we deal with as public servants are too big for any one entity, too complex for any one entity to solve. Those issues we can only make progress when we work together. And so this is a special night for me because when I look out in this room, I think I probably know more of the people here than just about anybody else. For each of the managers and city staff, I can think of a project that we did together that made this a much better community. And so I firmly believe that our issues are only going to become more complex. We can only make more progress on issues like air quality, transportation, ending homelessness when we do that together. And this group here has demonstrated that they can do that over and over. I would like to thank my Board of Supervisors. Supervisor Barney is here and Chairman Hickman is here. I think most of you know the county went through a great deal of change in the last 4 years, the 4 years I was county manager. If you remember, we had 5 board members who had been board members for a long, long time. All of a sudden, we got a new county manager, and 4 out of the 5 supervisors, there was a turnover. We had 4 new supervisors. What I'd like to tell people is that the county went from hair pieces to hair product. A very much different county. But joking aside, that 4 years gave me the opportunity to embark on some measures that would not have been possible before. So some might say that being county manager for 4 years is a short period of time, but I think in those 4 years we accomplished more than the county accomplished in 10 years before that. And it was because of a unique circumstance where we had 4 new board members. Most of you know the 5th board member, Supervisor Kanasik. We couldn't have had a better board member, but all those board members pulling in one direction. And that direction was really collaboration and outstanding customer service. That's it. That's all we worked on. That would not have been possible without the support of this board. I would like to conclude by saying that I was in a unique circumstance. I started my career with the City of Phoenix mayor. I worked there for 7 years. I came to the county. As most of you know, I went to work for Governor Brewer, and then I was retired and helped run a homeless campus downtown. And then I came back after being gone for about 2.5 years. And having spent that 2.5 years on the sidelines really made me understand the honored work that all of you do. This is hard work. There are no easy issues left. It's hard work every day. But you guys are smart, you're energetic, and you're doing what's best for this community. So most of all, tonight is, again, my last stop, hopefully, in this farewell tour. But I thank you for your friendship, and I thank you for the opportunity to work with you.
again, congratulations, and I'm not sure that this is going to be last we'll hear from you in the area, so congratulations on your continued endeavors in whatever form they may take, so thank you.
And certainly, let me wish you also the very best in your future endeavors as well, wherever that may take you. Our next award is perhaps the most representative of the reason we are all here tonight. Regional Partnership. Here to help me present this award, Youngtown Mayor, Mayor LaVault. Mayor LaVault is a past chair here at MAG, and he will be making the presentation here. Mayor LaVault.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. The Regional Partnership Award honors 2 or more MAG member agencies that have demonstrated a commitment to regionalism through cooperative efforts. The judges selected the Valley Metro Regional Paratransit Plan, which was updated for this award. So let's roll the video and take a look.
Valley Metro provides regional public transit services for more than 73 million bus, rail, and paratransit trips each year. For years, the operation of the region's Dial-A-Ride service has been administered and operated as 5 separate programs. This meant many riders were required to transfer between systems to travel beyond a service provider's area, with riders often having to wait for their next ride in the extreme valley heat. This has made it challenging for some of the region's most vulnerable and fragile residents. Thanks to intense collaboration among Valley Metro and Dial-A-Ride users, an updated plan and policies were approved by Valley Metro's Board of Directors. Beginning in July of 2016, transfers will be eliminated between the 5 service providers and policies will be made more consistent. These service improvements represent historic milestones for Dial-A-Ride services and the communities they serve.
Important work. Okay, let me call up the following partnering agencies, and if you would line up at the foot of the stage to my left. And this is a large group. I think we have 17 communities. And if you would then hold your applause until all the communities have come forward. City of Avondale, City of Buckeye, City of Chandler, City of El Mirage, City of Glendale, City of Goodyear, City of Mesa, City of Peoria, City of Phoenix, City of Scottsdale, City of Surprise, City of Tempe, City of Tolleson, Maricopa County, Town of Gilbert, Town of Wickenburg, and Valley Metro. So as the folks are coming forward, can we have a round of applause for all the participants? Okay, all right, so, and by the way, we're almost infallible. We'll figure it out later on. Congratulations. Okay, again, can we have a round of applause? Thank you so much. Very important work. We appreciate it. Now I want to invite Avondale Councilman Jim McDonald, Chair of the Valley Metro Board of Directors, to the microphone. Jim, you're up, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by thanking MAG and their member agencies for this recognition of the Regional Paratransit Plan Update. These dial-a-ride improvements will begin on July 1st, just around the corner here, with the elimination of the transfers across the different service areas. The Regional Dial-a-Ride will now be a seamless, timely service that has been the wish of the paratransit community for a very long time. The recommendations in the plan are a direct result of the collaboration between the technical working group and the group members and the stakeholders. The ongoing service enhancements across the Valley Metro will continue with the Valley Metro Accessibility Advisory Group being established to advise in transit services. So if I could, I would like to ask all the Valley Metro staff that are present that have worked on this and all the member city staff that have worked on this to please stand up. And this is just a small fraction of the very many people that have made this happen. But I want to thank you all again. We're honored to receive this Regional Partnership Award. Thank you.
Okay, if we could, final round of applause for our regional partnership recipients.
Our next award is for Outstanding Economic Development Champion. Here to present the award is Tempe Mayor Mark Mitchell. Mark?
Well, thank you, Jim. The Outstanding Economic Development Champion Award is presented to a business, economic development agency, or individual within the Maricopa region that has demonstrated a commitment to creating an environment conducive of promoting regional economic development in collaboration with the public sector. There are 3 exceptional nominations. Ultimately, the judges selected 3 outstanding economic development champions. For the first 2 recipients, the judges specifically directed that they be brought on stage together because their efforts are complementary and each supports the other. So we will recognize the work of Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton and Roberto Rodriguez Hernandez, the Consul General of Mexico in Phoenix, at the same time. First, let's review a few of their accomplishments.
Since taking office in 2012, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton has worked to set a new economic course. Among his goals, doubling exports to Mexico. He found that outreach and engagement with Mexico was fragmented and focused primarily on Sonora. Mayor Stanton led the effort to establish a dedicated Phoenix presence in Mexico City. Working with the Arizona Commerce Authority, MAG, and other partners, Mayor Stanton was a key driver in creating the Arizona State Trade and Investment Office. The office produced a much-needed footprint in the Mexican capital city. It provides resources to support the trade and investment needs of Arizona companies entering the market in Mexico. Mayor Stanton has led more than a dozen trade delegations to Mexico to increase cross-border commerce. Just as Mayor Stanton has worked to deepen connectivity between Arizona and Mexico, so too has Consul General Roberto Rodriguez Hernandez, who hit the ground running upon his posting to the Mexican consulate in Phoenix. He immediately sought to engage the consulate at the regional level, consistently presenting the Mexico opportunity to the region. His message stressed that Arizona is one of only 4 states that share a border with Mexico, representing tremendous opportunity to the regional economy. He has had a profound impact on the Arizona-Mexico relationship, participating in every Arizona and Phoenix-led trip to Mexico. He also led his own trips to Mexico as part of his commitment to economic development. His efforts on behalf of the region were rewarded in 2015 with the establishment of the Pro-Mexico office in Phoenix. The office is Pro-Mexico's 12th U.S. office and only one of 31 foreign offices around the world. Working individually and together, the combined efforts of these 2 outstanding economic development champions created real economic outcomes for our region.
I would like to invite Mayor Stanton and Consul General Rodriguez to the microphone, please.
Thank you, Mayor Mitchell and MAG, for this very nice honor. Look, the reality is that this organization, one of its goals over the last few years has taken a more proactive approach to economic development. And there's nothing more important we can do if we want to rev up our local economy to build a more export-based economy. And that helped us so much when Consul General Rodriguez was appointed to head the Consul General's office here in Phoenix. You may not know that he is an ambassador-level diplomat, which means he has very high-level contacts in Mexico. Since his appointment here 3 years ago, he has not only done an outstanding job representing the interests of the citizens of Mexico who take up residence in our local communities, which is his primary purpose, but he has taken advantage of his reputation, his contacts in Mexico to significantly advance our economy. Before he became Consul General, Arizona had, unfortunately, the biggest decrease in exports across the United States of America. We were heading in the wrong direction. In the 3 years since he's been here, again, through his help, guidance, and leadership, Arizona has flipped the script, and we are now the most advancing economy when it comes to exports, the fastest growing export economy in the United States of Mexico. We wouldn't have had that trade office in Mexico City representing Phoenix, our region, the state of Arizona, without his leadership. Pro-Mexico, because of all the political challenges we had here, the government of Mexico wouldn't have invested here locally if he hadn't used his high-level contacts and influence for the betterment of the community to get the government of Mexico to invest pro-Mexico here. We wouldn't have come as far as we have. And so he has been a blessing to our city. A blessing because of his professionalism, but most importantly, a blessing because of his incredible personality. To know the Consul General is to be his friend. He represents us well. He represents the people of Mexico so well in this community. One of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet, but don't let his niceness fool you. It's very, very disarming. He's incredibly strategic, has gone about his business very well. Consul General, I know you will do great work for the people of Oxnard in Southern California in your next assignment, which you're taking over in just a few weeks, but you leave this assignment, our region, a much better place because of your leadership. So this award really is for you, Consul General. Thank you so very much.
Thank you both for your outstanding economic development efforts. The third outstanding economic development champion selected by the judges is Carol Colombo, managing member of the Fidelta Partners. Ms. Colombo has been a valuable asset to MAG and its Economic Development Committee. Let's listen to the video.
Her day job is working as the managing member for Fidelta Partners, a management company that oversees the private investment holdings of its members. But Carol Colombo is also well known in economic development circles as a member of the Transportation and Trade Corridor Alliance. She was also named by the Secretary of Commerce as a member of the Arizona District Export Council. Carol has been a welcome contributor to the MAG Economic Development Committee, where she helped to accurately characterize the footprint of foreign direct investment in Arizona and the region. This had never been done before. The effort revealed a foreign direct investment footprint most had not anticipated. Approximately 3,000 foreign-owned businesses from more than 50 countries are located in Arizona. These companies employ in excess of 85,000 people. Foreign direct investment has a significant economic impact and enhances exports for the state. Ms. Colombo devised an in-depth roadmap for the region and state to follow to better position themselves to secure future foreign direct investment.
Please welcome Ms. Carol Colombo.
First, I want to profoundly thank the person in MAG's graphics department who elected to reject the current headshot that I sent in favor of a 14-year-old headshot they fished off the internet. I really appreciate it. And also, I did prepare some remarks for today, but I got an advance copy of Mayor Stanton's upcoming remarks and realized that we are speaking on the same themes, but I prepared remarks that were so much better than his that I would totally upstage him if I gave them. So we all know that that's political suicide, and I won't go there. Plus, Hank Marshall would kill me. So, but what I do want to do is thank the people who actually should be up here receiving this award. So if you'll indulge me, I want to take just a moment to ask Dennis Smith and Anna Bob and Alana, who I know who has left, Amy, Denise, Marisa, and Gail to stand for a second, because I have some things to say. First, Dennis. You can't just sit down so fast, Dennis. Dennis was willing to lend his hand and his support when there was absolutely no political upside and substantial political risk to doing so, to developing this FDI, comprehensive FDI plan. He didn't just give his own blessings and time, but he committed the time and resources of his organization, and we could not have accomplished, and I am not exaggerating, we could not have accomplished the task without those people and their commitment. Anna Bob, who I don't know where he is right now, but Anna Bob needs an adjective attached to his name that is amazing, the amazing Anna Bob. He's just phenomenal. What a great team player. There was never a time when he didn't have my back, when he wasn't looking for the solution, when he didn't think forward ahead of whatever the political ditch we were about to fall into, and make sure that the path was cleared for us. Alana and Amy and Denise are the are the backbone of MAG. They did all the work associated with planning and logistics. They thought through what the action items needed to be. They were phenomenal. So for the MAG team, I am so grateful, and I believe that our work is only partially finished, so Dennis, you still have to hang in there with us. But thank you so much, Dennis. You've been amazing. To Marisa and to Gail. Gail, of course, has kept us all going on time. And if you know Gail, that's funny. But Gail has been an enormous resource from a planning perspective. She will always put the time in. She will edit anything you give her. She will give you great feedback every time. And she always looks at that integration between transportation and economic development with such bright eyes, and it's so helpful. And Marisa has been my teammate from the start. And she's been remarkable. This is Marisa's skill. In the dark room, she is the sunshine in the room. She always finds the silver lining. And believe me, a year of working on this effort has had its ups and downs. And we've had enough snafus here and there. Marisa's always known to say, don't worry about it. Got you covered on that. And she figures out how to turn it around and make it positive. So for all these people that I just referenced, I want to say thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the next steps, which are actual implementation of that foreign direct investment strategy, and to the support of all of you to get that job done. Thank you.
Once again, congratulations to our three recipients for their outstanding economic development efforts. And now, I'd like to turn it over to Marilyn.
And now for our final honor of the evening, the Regional Excellence Award. I'd like to recall, or to call, I don't ever use those kinds of terms when we're talking about political, our Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton, incoming MAG Chair, to present this award.
Mayor Lane, just to remind you, I do get the mic last this evening. So, all right. The Regional Excellence Award is presented to an individual who has demonstrated exemplary commitment to the spirit of regionalism. Nominations may be made by any elected or appointed public official or any private sector individual who has demonstrated significant leadership in regional issues. And so for this very, very prestigious award, the most prestigious award that this organization gives out, the judges selected Apache Junction Vice Mayor Robin Barker for the highest Desert Peaks Award.
Vice Mayor Robin Barker began serving her community of Apache Junction in 1989. Her areas of interest range from transportation to education. But her most passionate advocacy is seen in her work to protect victims of domestic violence. As chair of the Maricopa Association of Governments Regional Domestic Violence Council, Vice Mayor Barker has been instrumental in addressing domestic violence issues. She helped develop the Regional Misdemeanor Domestic Violence Protocol. The model lays out best practices for law enforcement agencies across the region when responding to domestic violence calls. For example, one of the most powerful recommendations is for officers to conduct lethality assessments, a series of questions that identify victims at greatest risk of being killed. These protocols have been implemented by agencies throughout Maricopa and Pinal counties. Vice Mayor Barker understands the urgency in eliminating domestic violence from the broadest view possible, a regional view, because domestic violence crosses all boundaries.
I want to thank you very much for this honor, but I think that the people who are really responsible for the protocol, for the lethality assessment, etc., are the people who are out in the field. All of those people, all the law enforcement officials, the courts, the lawyers, all of those people are the people who have worked together to find what was needed to help us end domestic violence. And to all of them, I say thank you very much.
Congratulations to all the recipients, and what an awesome celebration this has been. Now we come to our last very important item of business, and that is the passing of the gavel. It has been my pleasure to serve as chair of MAG Regional Council. I'd like to take a few moments to reflect on the past year. Before Mayor Stanton provides his insights in the next year, and maybe whatever retort he's conjured up. We heard earlier about why MAG matters. My experience as chairman reinforced in me that MAG, we improve lives because we improve the living experience in our community. Whether we are talking about transportation, whether we're talking about air quality, whether we're talking about the economy, or human services. MAG's efforts go to the heart of the kind of region we want to be. In the annual report at your place, you'll see some of the success we've had at MAG. MAG's key mission is transportation, and transportation is what drives the region's economic engine. Just think about it. Our 5-year transportation improvement program contains more than $5 billion in transportation investments. Projects on the horizon include the South Mountain Freeway. While it is the largest highway project in state history, it is under budget by more than $100 million and is scheduled to be completed 3 years ahead of schedule. We saw a major success this year in the area of transportation safety, a program that places DPS troopers in the ADOT's Traffic Operations Center. After just 1 year, the average time taken to clear crash sites has been reduced by nearly an hour. This saves drivers time, it saves the region money, and it saves lives. I'm also proud of our efforts to use technology and innovation to stretch taxpayers' dollars. We continue to make better use of existing resources. For example, MAG and ADOT have worked to examine the highway program to identify project costs and to find ways to be more efficient. This has resulted in savings topping $600 million. We have worked with state, regional, and private sector partners on economic goals that recognize transportation as a critical component in business attraction. We also have worked together to import international trade. Sometimes our efforts expand horizons in new and surprising ways. For example, MAG recently partnered with Read On Arizona and Virginia G. Piper to produce an online tool called MapLit. This tool maps literacy results at elementary schools. It can tell us where literacy gaps exist. You might ask, why is this important? Because one day these kids will be running our companies, making up our workforce, and leading our cities. And we did it using data that already existed by repurposing such data. We can draw important conclusions about the region. Information is power, and we can use it to better plan for the future. In fact, MAG's data can pinpoint where our residents work and if they can find work closer to home. This can help target business development. MAG continues to protect our environment. This year, the EPA approved MAG's carbon monoxide plan, which shows we will maintain the standard through 2025. In fact, we are 72% below the national carbon dioxide or monoxide standard. The EPA also has approved our plan for reducing dust pollution, and we're working to meet the new, tougher ozone standard recently implemented by the EPA. In the area of human services, our Domestic Violence Council worked with law enforcement to improve arrest procedures and to make them more consistent in application. 55 homeless programs received $27 million, secured by MAG's continuum of care. Finally, we continue to value our older residents by keeping them connected to our communities. These are just a few of the small samples of our work this past year. I've been proud to be part of it. I thank you for your support over the past year. And now, I would like to officially pass the gavel to our newly elected chair, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton. Please, Greg. I don't know. I think this has got to be it. But it looks a little worn, so it must be. I might just add one other thing and to have Greg here at the same time. It's really been a pleasure to work with the MAG staff, and certainly with Dennis Smith and Eric Anderson and Amy St. Peters and the entire crew. They really made it easier than it might have been otherwise. And it is a busy schedule. I think they talk about that often. But I didn't realize sometimes how it would be. But I want to thank the staff and all they did to make that as easy as possible. Now, I don't know if we actually have a photo op here, and how do we hold this when I pass it? All right, very good. All right, you've got some time.
Thank you, Mayor. Jim Lane of Scottsdale, you have been a great friend of me, great friend of so many of the mayors and professional staff here in the room. And though you and I may not always share the same perspectives politically, you are an excellent leader, and I could not have more respect and admiration for you and how you have guided this organization over the past year. So to thank you for your service, we have a small token of our appreciation. We don't keep our dues low. We have small gifts. But in order to honor you for your time served, we'd like to present you with this clock. We hope you'll display it proudly in a place where all of the community can see it. Thank you for your service to our region, Mayor Jim Lane.
Thank you very much. And do I get credit for time served? Thank you.
And let me also add in advance, I also admire the great professional staff that we are blessed to have here at MAG. Dennis Smith, Amy St. Peter, the entire staff. They do incredible work benefiting every single citizen in our respective cities. Dennis, we owe you and your team a great, great debt of gratitude. Celebrating 50 years, MAG, this wonderful organization, 50 years of service to the people of our community. And I am honored as chair to do everything that I can to build upon the success of so many past chairs, members of the regional council, professional staff who have done great, great work over that period of time. I can't wait to work with each and every single one of you in this room and beyond in the year ahead. It's important that we celebrate MAG's 50-year legacy, but we must also adopt and innovate as an organization. So I'll continue to pursue MAG's signature efforts to, as Mayor mentioned, improve our air quality, become climate resilient, to create the most forward-thinking regional transportation system in the nation, and to help support cutting-edge efforts like we do here at MAG to fight domestic violence in all of our communities. But there's one other major issue where I believe that this organization can have a much larger impact than it already has. We must work even harder to advance and strengthen our regional export economy. While global exports are on the rise, especially with our neighbors to the south in Mexico, we support nearly 100,000 jobs here in Arizona. We cannot rest on our laurels. We can't rest on any laurels. The truth is, we are still well behind the curve and nowhere near our potential. Exports make up 10% of our state's GDP, but our export market share should really be closer to that of the nation as a whole, which is about 15%. We have work to do. Exports make up a significantly higher portion of the economies in our peer metro areas. Competitor markets like Salt Lake City are growing exports faster than we are. We know that workers in export-related industries on average employ better educated workers, higher paid workers, and currently Phoenix, our region, only ranks 25th as a metro area in export value. And cities ahead of us don't always have the geographical advantages like a coast with ports. On apples-to-apples comparison, we still have work to do to catch up to our competitor regions, but that's exactly what we plan to do. Every 1 million of increased export creates 6 jobs here in our region. Right now, our regional economy is surrendering more than $16 billion to our competitors. So do the math of the number of jobs we could create if we just caught up to the national average in terms of export economy as a percentage of our GDP. I don't accept that status quo. I know the people in this room don't accept that as our status quo. So we cannot let this continue. Let's catch up. The moment to move the needle is right now. And this organization, MAG, works best when everyone in the room is fully committed to working together, rolling up our sleeves, checking our egos at the door. MAG is all about the concept that the sum is greater than the individual parts. It wasn't that long ago that you would read headline after headline about self-defeating incentives for one city to offer incentive for a company to move from one side of the city line to the other. Because of the people in this room, our team, that doesn't happen anymore. It hasn't happened for a long period of time. No other organization is better suited than MAG to make a big impact on improving our regional export position. We don't fit neatly into anyone else's jurisdiction, so let's make a positive change. Let's become more relevant than ever by taking our services directly to businesses within our region. Let's help build a more export-based regional economy. Well, what does that mean? I can tell you in my city, in Phoenix, we've had tremendous success by working directly with businesses that are curious about exploring foreign markets for their product or service. We put them through a program called Export Tech, which is administered by the Arizona Commerce Authority in partnership with the City of Phoenix. And by doing so, we have taken individual companies in our city, giving them training that would otherwise cost tens of thousands of dollars in consulting services, and made them export ready. It has really advanced jobs in our economy in our city. Let's think about doing that region-wide. What a great investment we can do. Let's expand that program, Export Tech, to other regions throughout the valley through MAG to help more Arizona companies become export ready. We heard earlier about Carol Colombo's efforts to map foreign direct investment. We actually did not, but it was one heck of a speech if you had seen it, because Carol Colombo is doing great work in this regard. But the information Carol Colombo has provided to MAG, we can use it to be more strategic in attracting foreign capital directly to our region. We can define the target industry that we most want to attract. We need to look not only at the most profitable industries, but those industries that are the best fit for our region. Companies that share our regional and collective values and have more than just a financial interest in seeing our region succeed. We can make an impact. Let's host a regional export and trade summit through MAG later on this fall. Let's partner with wonderful groups like MPEXA, and the Global Chamber, Arizona Commerce Authority, the consulate offices that we're so blessed to have here representing countries from around the world, other key stakeholders. We could show that regional leadership at MAG makes us special. As a region, we have come together to create MPEXA, the Metro Phoenix Export Alliance. That wasn't drafted by others, that was drafted by us. It is our plan as a region about how we're going to increase our global export position. Let's take advantage of the talent that we have within the organization to make MPEXA a reality. MAG can do it. We have crafted a comprehensive plan to double our global exports by 2025. MAG can be a critical factor in reaching that goal. And it's important that we recognize our exporting businesses that are already doing great work throughout our region, those who can light the path for others to succeed as well. Let's work together as partners with our friends in Pima County at PAG over the next year. I want to institute a Sun Corridor Global Excellence Award to showcase our most innovative and inspiring export success stories throughout our region and our state. Thank you in advance for supporting these efforts. MAG plays an incredible leadership role in this region. We know that mayors matter. Local government matters. When Washington is divided and broken, it is up to us, the partners and leaders in this room, the people who will get things done for this region, the people who are sitting right across the table from you here tonight. Now is the time that we can do it. We will do it. As chair of this organization for the next year, I look forward to working with each and every one of you in this room on so many projects and partnerships, the ones that were celebrated here tonight, the ones that make our region stronger. I look forward to hearing your ideas and continuing to support you and your individual cities. We are stronger together as a region. As a matter of business, please drop your badges in the boxes as you leave. Please drive carefully. It's going to be a great year at MAG as we work together. Have a great night. Thanks for coming to our Desert Peaks Awards today.